Hello. No. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Thank you very much for turning off the comments. All right, it was supposed to happen from my page, but for the technical issue, actually, we couldn't do it. Anyways, tonight I want to talk to Haninelalam, who is a very successful and well-known Lebanese violinist in the world. She's achieved over the course of what may convey the illusion of swift spin in time. Transpires behind the mere success on stage, owing to her vibrant performance that effortlessly combines harmonious choreography and dexterity in playing. Hanine's success as violinist stems not from sheer luck, but from a lifelong dedication to an instrument that shaped her identity with every chord her bow strike. For those who are familiar with her work, it was her track Arabia that marked a turning point in Hanine's career and offered her to the gates of international performance. Now I want to mention some of her big achievements and prizes that she has won so far. In 2019, she's received a prize for the Best Violinist in Turkey Festival. In 2017, she awarded the prize for the Best Violinist at the Arab World Festival. The YouTube Silva Award for her track registered one of the highest score in terms of viewership. If you want to find out more about Hanine, you can go to her page later on Instagram and find out. Actually, I'm going to have a conversation with Hi Hanine.
Hello, Borna. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well, and I'm glad actually we figured out to doing it today. So before I've got a lot of questions. So before we're gonna start, do you want to say hi to those who are watching us?
First of all, thank you for the introduction. Yes, of course. Let me start by saying hello to everyone here. I know how hard it's being on lockdown, but we all have to be patient together, and we will soon go back to normal. Hopefully, soon.
Honey, can I ask you a favor? Could you please put the camera a little bit back, because I want to have your whole face. And yes, because
a little bit at the back. That's it.
Yeah, if you sit back, which would be great. Yes. And
okay.
Yes, that's perfect. First of all, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I love what you're doing, and you're extremely unique, and I really appreciate that. My first question for you is, how did you become interested in violin? I would like to talk to you about, like, I want you to talk to me about the very first time when you saw violin, this instrument, and your connection with that. Why violin?
Why violin? Because it's the hardest instrument. Ever since I was a kid, I love to be challenged, and it's one of the hardest instruments. It's a challenge for me. So, and I knew. By the way, I'm French educated. So I have to. You have to give me a little bit of time, so I can. Ever since I was a kid, I love to be challenged. When I learned that the violin was one of the hardest instruments to play, I knew this was a challenge I'm willing to take. And when my parents brought me the violin, I kept it in the bed next to me. This was the first time when I saw my violin. I kept it next to me. So it's a dream. It was always a dream, and I made it.
Absolutely, yeah. But I want to know that before. Can you sit back? I want to know how was the connection? Like, did you always wanted to have the violin, or it just happened? I want to know when you were little and they bought you a violin. How did you make a connection with that instrument?
To be very honest, when you hear the violin, actually, if you want to make it very simple, when you hear the violin singing, it's the closest to how people sings. So it's the closest to what we usually hear. It can transmit for you the feelings in a very clear way and lots of emotions. And we as Arab countries, we like to hear, like how we say it in Arabic, the quarter and the quarter note and lots of feelings, and you can hear it with the violin in a very clear way. It touched me, really. It touches everyone who hear the violin.
How old were you when you started learning how to play violin?
I started violin. I was 6 years old. I was 8 years old, but I started music. I was 6 years old. So that's why when I started to learn music, I felt the difference between the violin and any other instrument. And maybe that's why the violin is too hard, because the violin can give you something that you cannot take from any other instrument.
Of course. Okay. Obviously, because you've been doing it for many years. I understand. One of the uniqueness that drew my attention to talk to you on my show is the combinations of playing the violin with your choreography in your videos. And when you're on stage, you're doing it perfectly. You're doing so many things at the same time. You're just and fire, and everything is at the same. And we often see most of the violinists just standing still on stage without like much movement. You know what I mean? Like they're just standing somewhere and they're just playing the instrument. But you keep moving and dancing and playing violin at the same time. Tell me about that. How can you do that?
My performance, it's about these two things. It's to dance and it's to play violin and to dance. And the performance, it's all about interacting. If you want to play, you can play alone in the room, but when you are on stage, you have to interact with people. You have to be aware they want. You have to attract them with the moves sometimes, because they understand the music and they want something more. So maybe you have to dance. And you have to be ready. You have to understand everything that's happening, to be aware of all what's happening around you, and to know what to use in your performance. But both, they have to be ready. You use. And by the way, it's a talent. It's a talent when you know how to play violin. And it's a talent when you are a dancer. And it's a talent when they are both together. I'm too lucky, but I have to practice a lot to reach both. But I'm happy. I can make it, and I know how to use them and when.
I see. Okay. Because you practice for so many years. So
many years, and every day, on daily basis, I have to practice both.
Of course. Well, as soon as you hold the violin in your hand, like let's say it's a violin, as soon as you hold the violin in your hand and are getting ready to play a song, who is the first person you think? Is that yourself or your audience, and why? Tell me.
It is both. It is, you have to be present, you have to give all what you have, but it's not like that. It's with interaction with people. So you have to have everything, the attention, to take the attention of the audience, to be capable of what you are doing, to catch the band, to catch everything is around you. It's something really hard with lots of challenge, but after the stage, it's like you run from here till I don't know where. It's really hard, but it gives you a satisfaction that you can't get it from another thing.
Yeah, but you should enjoy yourself first, you know,
Sure.
like
Because you cannot lie. You cannot lie. You have to be really happy. And the most important thing that maybe people will forget what they heard. Maybe they forget what they saw. Maybe I don't know what, but they cannot forget what they felt. So if they were happy, they wouldn't forget you. If they were, it's if it's neutral, it's nothing. So you have to give them the happiness, the energy, so it will be an unforgettable thing.
because there are, people are very smart, very
Exactly.
smart. They can feel it if you're not happy. They can catch it. But if you're doing it passionately and if you're doing it enthusiasm in the enthusiasm way, so enthusiastically, so they can feel it. They can connect with you. Otherwise, they can't.
Exactly.
Exactly. You became famous internationally with one of your songs, which is called Arabia.
Arabia.
Arabia. So why do you think this song becomes so popular and successful? Why? Why do you think that happened?
When you feel the energy of anything, when you feel the energy, yeah, everything in the world is turning around energy. I felt a great energy toward this track because you can hear the beat, the Oriental beat that is exotic for how we say Occidental world. It's exotic. And everyone feels like they want to dance on this track, and the melody is really catchy. And as a video clip, you can feel that it's how we say it. It's like a fairy tale. It's something really like it touched your imagination, your feelings, and the energy in this song. Let me feel that it's gonna be something. So I worked hard on every detail in this.
I loved it. When I was listening to it, I couldn't see it. It was just, it was amazing and well done. Who did write the lyrics? Did you write it or somebody else did write the lyrics?
No, I who composed this? He was Sharbil. He's actually the pianist who were working for me, and he at the beginning he did this for a dancer. And when I heard the song, she's a very close friend for me. She's a ballet dancer. She's Brazilian. She used to dance on this song in a club. It was nothing. But when I heard this song, I felt it's really nice. So that's why I told them I want this track. I want this track.
I loved it. Well done, well done. And now I want to ask you a favor. And
Sure.
you know what I ask you? I want you to play it, please. And I'm sure there are thousands of people gonna really, really, really enjoy it. Would you like to do it?
Sure. But I did something special in it. I made it like a small remix with another track. The other track, the name is Nostalgia. It's my first track actually. I wanted to make a small remix for both of them. So it's gonna be heke. Nice.
Whenever you're ready, we are going to watch it and enjoy it. Yay!
All right. You will hear some noises, but because it's
do you know what? Put your volume a little bit down. Your phone volume a little bit down.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to be distorted.
Maybe I have to put my chair a little bit in the back.
Battery 80%. Connected to Hanine.
You can hear the violin? The other one. And this is another one.
Sure. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. I hate to perform without my band. I hate to perform like -1, but we have to. We don't have another.
Of course. No, thank you very much. And it was 2 different signs. Am I right?
What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
It were 2 different signs. Like the first one was
It's a part of Arabia and the part of nostalgia.
Well done. Well done. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
So, Hanine, in 2019, one of your tracks, which is called Zindagi, played and performed under the water in a Hollywood film.
Exactly.
Tell me about how was that experience and why did they choose you? Did they choose that track for their film?
Actually, this is not my track. They chose me to perform this track.
Under the water?
Yeah, they chose me to play this. They asked me to play this. I played it, and then they asked me to act playing this song underwater. It was an unforgettable experience. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Even it changed my personality. Now I'm not afraid of anything because of this. I felt that I want to die like 20 times, but I made it. Yeah.
Now you can play violin wherever you want, anywhere you want.
I don't care. I can't do anything, even not playing violin. I can. I can do.
So tell me, where did they hear from you? Why did they choose you? Why? What? Tell me about that project a little bit.
I think it's because of the attitude. They saw my video clip Arabia, and I think they loved maybe because I look a little bit like Indian people, and they are maybe, and it's maybe even my face is a bit exotic for them. I don't know. And they need this attitude, a girl who knows how to play violin and to dance at the same time. A producer from Hollywood contacted me to cooperate with the great artist Rahat Ali Khan. It's really hard to say. Rahat Ali Khan.
Yeah.
Try to make it. Rahat Ali Khan. Can you say it?
Rad Ali Khan.
Yeah, that's it. So, and it was really nice. It was a great experience.
Okay, that's very interesting. Where we can watch that film? What's the call? What's the call of the film? What's the movie name?
The name of the film is Zindagi. Same the name of the track. So
okay.
Actually, it was the track of this movie.
Zindagi is the same meaning in Farsi, and also I think it's the same meaning in Arabic, and it's got exactly the same meaning in Hindi in India.
In India, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, we don't have in Arabic something called Zindagi.
Zindagi, like live, no?
I don't know. They explained for me, but because of water, I forgot.
Okay.
When you want to die, you can forget anything.
Okay. All right. So you seem to be very interested in fusion music. Don't you think fusion music destroys the value of solo instrument players?
Actually, to be honest, few people can endure listening to a solo instrument for a whole concert. But fusion music can makes things easier. You can hear many other instruments with many styles of music, so it makes the scenario acceptable for the mass of people. And at the same time, you can't please everyone, but you can reach the majority with this style of music. Especially that I have to be honest. I'm from an Arab country. I feel this kinds of dance. I feel these feelings. I like to interpret. I don't know how. Yeah, the music this way. So this is why it's easy for people to understand me or to accept me, because I'm being honest. This is my way. And any genre of music can cancel any any other genre of music.
Okay.
Nothing can cancel anything. It's just many kinds of music, and you can accept them all. You can accept what you like.
Okay, yes, yeah. Well, the people, what I'm trying to understand of what you're saying, what you've just said, is like people have different tastes. Like
Yeah.
some people like music, some people just don't like it. Some people just want to solo, like just music, and yeah, that's very understandable. Now, may I ask you another favor? You know what I'm gonna ask you because I'm not gonna let you go. So I want
I'm
you to play.
happy. I'm
I
happy.
want you to solo without any background music. Play something, please, that you like. All right, and it brings you like a nostalgia or back, or makes you happy with your violin without any background music. Would you do that?
I'll try to do something. I didn't
Something
think about
that's well,
at
that's
least
the good
create
part
some, so I can improvise.
That's okay.
Something. I like some noises where I'm
You
playing,
prefer,
at least the bass line.
well, that was all right. So you prefer, do you like to have like a kind of background track? You
A little
playing
bit, so you can improvise, you can think about it. It's like not. You have to feel it.
Of course, of course. So thank you very much for that. And tell me about the most challenging things. We were talking about that last night, and there are so many people in the world, they don't see what you've been through in your life. They just see you where you are right now with almost 400,000 followers. They don't know how you made it. They don't know what you've been through. What are those struggles that you've been challenging? Tell me about what's the most or what you've been struggling with.
Being successful comes with a lot of challenges, definitely. But the most difficult one for me is the compromisations. I'm asked to give to be more successful. Every time you want to do this, anything to jump, there is compromisation. But I refuse compromisation. I always refused it. It saddens me how they deal with artists in Arab world. It's like a big mafia, and you have to be very strong to stand up for yourself. That's why my band are always practicing. I'm always coming up with a new idea. I'm always brainstorming to push to do more and more and more. To succeed without anyone to control our life. It's almost always a fight to earn our spot, and that's what made us stronger. So it's all about fighting and fighting. But no one can control my life because I'm fighting that much, because I'm practicing that much, I'm brainstorming, I'm so rich. But it's
Very,
really
very,
hard.
very, very smart response. And yeah, because the competition is also high, there are lots of jealous people. They don't want to see you successful. They're just trying because there are lots of talented people in the world.
Exactly.
They're not deserve to be here, and we don't know why they are there. You know what I mean? And There are millions of talented people on the planet. They're trying really hard. They're trying really hard. But these people who are here, who are not talented, they're not deserved to be here. You know what I mean? And and you've been fighting because of because there's so many things. There are too many like barriers there. You know what I mean? And you have to like pull them out. You know, you have to take them off and say, no, I'm talented. I've been practicing for all my life. Like I've been practicing very much, and you have to show your talent, which is not always. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to show your talent. You have to have the vision, and you have to fight people when you want to reach a certain point and you deserve it. You cannot take it unless you make some compromisation. So we have to fight to take it without any compromise.
I don't like compromising, and I don't like compromising sometimes. You know what I mean? Because I don't want other people or somebody else who's got lots of money tells me you have to do this. Well, I don't want to do that because that's not my talent. That's not me.
Exactly.
Which is very sad.
And if you did it once, for example, you have to make it always, and you become really dirty, and you cannot enjoy your life and enjoy your achievements. So it's better to fight and enjoy, because life, it's about fighting. It's like that. It's like nature. Exactly.
Absolutely. And do you also teach violin? Do you teach also?
I did that for a period of time, and I was happy because really I touched my students' lives in a good way, and lots of them now they play violin and they enjoy the music, and I'm happy for what I've done. But my passion is in performing, is on stage. I have the passion for the stage. I love to be a musician, and at the same time I hate to repeat myself as a teacher on daily basis. I hate to repeat. I like to practice to way better than
you get bored. You get bored.
A lot.
Okay. That's very obvious through your performances, because I think this is your personality, because it comes from your character, from your throughout your personality, because I can see it. You're different. I've spoken with another perfect Iranian violinist, Mahdieh Rezazadeh, and she's amazing. She's amazing. But you know, in Iran, people cannot perform, in particular for women. You know, they cannot appear on stage the way they like. They have to, like, you know, wear like that, and you know, and trying to, like, you know, be creative. And but when I crossed your profile, when I went through your profile, I've noticed you are very creative. Do you have a director who designed it for you? Who is a choreographer? Is that you, or is it somebody else?
No, as a choreographist, I dealt with many choreographers. They did they make for me a special choreography for a special track. But me as a dancer, I take lots of classes with choreographers, but it's not one. I dealt with many. But the vision is mine. I decide what to let them teach me.
Yes. Okay. All right. All right. It's a kind of collaboration with the choreographers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I cooperate with many to take the result I want.
I understand.
But, as concerning what you were telling me about Iranian, I have lots of fans from Iran. I love them a lot, and they send me messages. I really love the way they feel, but I understand the thing that they cannot dance, they cannot. I think maybe they love me because I'm the woman that they want to be. So that's why.
That's very true. That's very true. That's a very good point. Because even in Iran, women cannot sing. It's forbidden.
Yeah.
Which is very sad because we've got thousands of great women singers in Iran, and they're just allowed to do it for women and for nobody else. You know what I mean? Which is very sad. And no one knows why. And it's not a law actually, but I don't know. The government made it that way. And that's why you've got lots of followers on Instagram because some of them.
I'm another version of their characters.
Exactly. So, Hanine, I don't have any further question. Do you want to say something that I didn't ask you?
No, actually, I'm so happy. Really, I'm so happy. And thank you so much for having me. I loved our conversation a lot. And concerning what you were telling me about the culture and blah blah blah, I want to remind anyone that to stay strong and to fight in this situation and even for other situations. It's all about fight. So if they want to do anything they love, they can fight for it, even if this things it's not easy sometimes, but they can make it. Exactly. I'll try to make it in a proper way. Wait, let me read what I wrote. Okay. I want to thank everyone for watching this and remind them to stay strong, fight and never give up during these times and even afterwards, because life is a constant battle, but we're strong enough to triumph. And this is all what I can do.
Well done. Of course. You are a good example. Thank you very much for your time.
I have to thank you.
A lovely conversation with you, and I really enjoyed. I know you are in a mountain right now where the internet is like drove us crazy, and but I'm so glad it happened tonight. I really appreciate that. And I will talk to you soon. But don't turn it off. Let me say something to my followers because it's supposed to be goes through my thing. So I had a conversation with Hanine. So if you want to find out more about Hanine, you can go to her profile on Instagram. Unfortunately, I don't have access to any questions. So if you have any questions, for Hanine, please go to her profile on Instagram and make a direct contact with her. I really appreciate that, and thank you very much for watching us. It was lovely meeting you.
Thank you so much.
That's okay. Take care. Bye bye.